So you've got yourself a car, and it's got some problems. Well, you came to the right place, because I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know to have the confidence and knowledge to be able to work on your car by yourself. Okay, so there's 3 things that you need to get yourself working on your car. Number 1, you need a car. And I recommend between 95 and 2005, a Chevy pickup, a Honda Civic or Accord, a Toyota Corolla or Camry, or like a Hyundai Elantra or something like that. The second thing that you need for working on your car is going to be knowledge, of course. And the best way to find information on how to work on your vehicle or information on where things are located or how to take something apart is going to be Google and YouTube. The likelihood that somebody has already worked on your vehicle, especially if you have a Chevy pickup, a Honda, a Hyundai, or a Toyota, somebody has already done the work on it and somebody has probably already uploaded that information to YouTube. So the second recommendation that I have for you is keep a smartphone or laptop next to you at all times so that you can ask questions directly to Google or YouTube about your car. And a pro tip on that, don't think that because you can't find your car specifically that you're not able to find the information that you're looking for. Sometimes, say if you're working on a Honda Civic, a Honda Accord could have the same repair procedure as well. Or say a Toyota Camry, a Toyota Corolla may have the same repair procedure as well. So keep that in mind when you're doing your searches. And the third tip that I have for you are tools. And a lot of people think that it's a daunting task to come up with tools. I have a lot of tools. I have invested a lot of time and money into tools myself. But to get started, you do not need that many tools. And here's a list of 5 tools that you need to get started working on any car. So before going through this list of tools, I just want to say that most cars come with a jack. If your car does not come with a jack, or if your car is older and somebody has taken the jack out of it, a previous owner, then I recommend going and getting a jack before anything else, because you're going to need it for changing a tire, you're going to need it for changing your oil, you're going to use it for a lot of different things. So having a jack is pretty much a must when you're working on a car. That being said, assuming that you have a jack, the first thing on this list is going to be wrenches. Wrenches are going to be your best friend. They're simple, but you're able to squeeze down into places and get your wrench onto a nut or bolt and be able to get it off of there, okay? Wrenches are critical and every mechanic uses them every day. Number 2 on the list is going to be sockets, a socket wrench, and socket extensions. So a socket set with ratchet and extensions is pretty much a must. It makes everything easier so that you don't have to take your wrench and pull it off of a bolt, go back on and turn, and take it off and go back on and turn. You're able to get in there and just move your hand back and forth and take that thing loose. So that is definitely number 2. And side note, if you have to choose between SAE and metric, choose metric, because it is more common to have metric sized bolts and fasteners than it is to have standard. And metric has a wider range of wrenches, so the likelihood of you fitting a wrench or socket onto a standard fastener is very high. So number 3 on this list is going to be a 6-in-1 screwdriver and a fastener bit set. And the reason why I say both of these things at the same time is because a 6-in-1 screwdriver has the ability of pulling out the bit, and now you have a 1/4-inch hex drive connector that you can then take your bit set. All of your bits are going to connect with that 1/4-inch hex. Slides right in, and you're able to turn that bit. Some of these are magnetic and some of them are not. I recommend seeing if you can find one that is magnetic, but even if you can't, you can still hold it like this and get it into a fastener and turn it. What this allows you to do is have a whole bunch of different bits that you can use to take out different types of fasteners. Different vehicles and different years are going to have different types of fasteners. And when you have a set like this with a screwdriver that you can turn each one of these bits with, it is priceless. This is going to save you. Number 4 on this list is going to be a needle nose plier assortment. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes you need to get down really deep into somewhere and grab something, or maybe you dropped a tool or you dropped a bolt or something. And so I recommend having 2 or 3 different types of needle nose pliers so that you can get into different types of nooks and crannies. Tool number 5 is going to be a long magnet. I cannot tell you how many times I have needed to use a long magnet. Something like this, so that you can get down somewhere, you drop the bolt or nut or whatever, and you can get down in it and grab it and slide it all the way out nice and careful. It can be kind of a pain when your engine block is made of iron, but regardless, even if your engine block is made of iron, this has saved my booty several times. So having a long magnet like this, especially one that can bend so that you can get it around corners or whatnot, priceless. And lastly, a bonus tool for this here, so I guess you could say number 6, but it's not really a tool, but it's necessary, and that is a toolbox to hold all of these tools that you've purchased inside of. I recommend, if you go down to Harbor Freight, though they don't have the highest quality tools, you can go down to Harbor Freight and for about 150 bucks, pick up a set of wrenches, pick up a set of sockets with ratchets and extensions, a set of bits with a 6-in-1 screwdriver, a set of, or an assortment of needle nose pliers, and a couple of different types of magnet tools that you can pull things out of places, along with a toolbox. I mean, for 150 bucks, you can't beat it, and it gets you started. It should be known that most tools from Harbor Freight have a lifetime warranty. So they may not be the highest quality tools, but once you purchase the tool, you only have to purchase it one time. You don't have to buy it again. With all of that out of the way, I want to throw a pro tip your guys' way. Learning to diagnose a problem with your car is probably one of the most difficult things that you can do. It can be very difficult trying to figure out, why do I have this shake? Why do I have this knock? Why is this noise happening? But don't let that scare you, because in time, the more that you see and the more that you work on things, the more you realize what things make what noises and what things do what. And then when you hear a noise or you notice something, you can in your head break that down and figure out in your head before you even touch the car what's going on. The next thing that I recommend, do not overwhelm yourself with the job. When you look at a problem, do not think of every single thing that you have to do, because you're going to defeat yourself before you've even started. Look at what you need to take apart, or look at, say for example, if it's the starter, or if it's the alternator, or if you're doing something as simple as air filter or oil change. Take a look at what you're doing and focus on one component or one bolt. And think to yourself, how can I fit a tool into where I'm going to get to that one component or to that one bolt? Don't overwhelm yourself with all the details, because that's not necessary. Whether the job's going to take you 30 minutes or 6 hours, only think of one thing at a time. Think of the one bolt that you need to get down there to get. And once you get that one bolt, good job, that looked really hard. Now it's time for the next one. And you get to the next bolt. Good job, you got the next bolt, and on to the next one, until eventually you have the whole engine out. That's part of what I'm doing back here. But long story short, just remember, don't overwhelm yourself with all the details. Focus on one thing at a time and tackle each problem as it arises. And by the time you're done, you won't even know what happened and you'll have a running car again. So thanks for tuning in for this one, guys. I'll be sure to upload some more basic videos like this to let you guys know how you can get started working on your car. And like, comment, and subscribe, because that really helps me grow my channel. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.